Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. I'm still here. I'm still in shock. I'm still in disbelief. And if I'm honest, you go to bed after nights like yesterday and you try to just work out, are you being too hasty? Are you being too emotional? Are you just letting your thoughts run away with you and say stuff that you don't mean or say stuff that you regret in the morning? And if I'm honest, I've woke up and I feel worse. I feel worse. I feel sick to the core at where our football club is heading. And yes, we're going to talk about Ruben. I'll talk about the Garnacho comments that he made, you know, the players, etc., those three issues. But the thing that was striking me most this morning, was INEOS. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Sir Dave Brailsford, Jean-Claude Blanc, the Avengers team, the Fantastic Four team that has been assembled by INEOS in Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada, Dan Ashraf's not even here anymore. Because every single decision that they have made since they've come to this football club in the last year and a bit has been the wrong one. They've taken us backwards financially. They've taken our reputation backwards. They've taken our quality on the pitch probably backwards. They've definitely taken our results backwards. They've taken things off the pitch backwards and things on the pitch backwards. And actually, what's more scary to me is the fact that we are relying on these guys to change this. Omar Barada's already spoken on record, talking about on wax. He put it down on wax, saying 4-year plan with including Europa League. Well, at the very first hurdle, we have no European football. And yes, Garnacho, listen, his comments weren't great. I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. But the fact of the matter is, this is a player that's come through the academy who's probably going to be sold. Maybe that's the right thing because of the position in this, that, and the other. But he's going to be sold. Kobbie Mainoo is on the menu. He's on the menu now. Bruno Fernandes, our best player, he's on the menu. And maybe you might not care about that. That's fine. But I'm just saying, these are the things and these are the situations that are taking the fall. These are the things that are taking the flack for poor decisions made by INEOS. We were warned. We've been given a shiny new, we haven't been given a shiny new stadium. We've announced plans for a shiny new stadium. Probably won't even get built. With what money? Where is this club going? Where are we going as a football club? And we're trusting Sir Jim to fix it. Now listen, the Glazers are right at the top of that list. But it's so true. They have come in, been that smokescreen for the Glazers, bought a minority influence of the club, a minority ownership of the club. And with that power, what have they done with it? Bottled sacking Erik ten Hag, spent 200 million on his signings, right? Then got some balls to actually sack him, brought in Ruben Amorim halfway through, right? Didn't get him anything in January.
Got rid of Dan Ashworth.
Got rid of Dan Ashworth after saying it's going the whole however many months. There was more months chasing him than there was he actually worked here. That cost money. They've cost us money. Meanwhile, we've got 2-star rating hygiene because there's flipping mice droppings at Old Trafford. Like, it's a total mess. That's before I get to how criminal the players were, like we was talking about last night, what they've done to us. I'll get there. I'll get to Ruben Amorim's tactics. I'll get to what happened here on that pitch last night here at the Sam Memmers. But INEOS being at the forefront of this since they've come into their club, it has been nothing short of disgusting. Total mess. And that, for me, is the thing that sticks out in my head. As a Man United fan, I'm disillusioned. I have no idea where we go from here. And this is my validation of when I say I've calmed down. I'm probably able to articulate myself a little bit better without shouting and being like a bit more animated because I have calmed down. But my views and my thoughts haven't changed in terms of I was being a bit too hasty there. No, if anything, I still wasn't seeing all of it. I was more focusing on the game because of the embarrassment and the emotions that happened through the game. But I wasn't taking into actually context, now I'm a little bit calmer, of the bigger side of things that's wrong at this football club. You know, and me using the term pits of hell probably wasn't strong enough, if I'm being 100% honest with you. Probably wasn't strong enough. You know? So that said, INEOS, that's who is really worrying me right now as to where we go. Let's get on to Ruben Amorim. What have I thought about where he's going to go and what he's going to do. Well, the problem that we've got, is Ruben sitting there in the press conferences telling us there is no real rhyme or reason or logical reason for you to get behind me. Like there's no real reason. There's nothing I can say that can explain that to you guys. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So we have to have blind faith. And I just don't see how a few players sprinkled on top of that is going to change anything. I just don't see it. I don't. Ange Postecoglou's beat him 3 times. 3 times. And the last one here last night, he pulled his pants down tactically. We didn't have a clue. We didn't have an answer for what Spurs were putting down. And yeah, I know we joke at the Paul Merson thing. I worry for him, Jeff. But it's more than worrying. This is how I see this playing out now. If I'm being 100% a buck with you. The way I see this playing out now, because he's not getting sacked, the way I see this playing out is that they give Ruben money in the summer. Not as much money as we thought we was going to get because we thought we was going to get Champions League. But they give him money in the summer. Those players aren't enough to start really turning things around. And is Ruben actually good enough? We don't know. We don't get the improvements that we would have liked to have seen within the first 5 to 10 games, or by the time you get to sort of October, November. And we're staring down the barrel of exactly what happened to Ten Hag, but just way earlier in his reign. Scratching our heads thinking, oh shit, there's players for 3-4-3 here. What are we going to do? How are we going to get out of this mess? That's what I think is going to happen. I don't feel as if he's going to turn it around. And listen, anyone else who is want to say, why can he say that? Yeah, this has gone past the whole you ain't got the stomach for a rebuild thing. Anyone saying that now, that is straight gaslighting. You know, I want Ruben to be able to turn this around. I really, really do. But after what I've witnessed last night, after it's all said and done, and we're going to finish 17th, because there's no way we're going to beat Villa on the weekend, 16th, 17th, but let's just say 17th, with no trophy. So you've proven that you can only win 6 games in the league. You've proven that in a one-off game to try and not mask that, but to give us something, to be tactically astute, to just find a way to win one game against a team who hasn't won a trophy in 17 years. You proved that you couldn't do that either. And what worried me was the manner of which Ruben's performance, waiting to the 71st minute to make changes when you could see it wasn't working. Putting Kobbie Mainoo on the pitch for like 2 minutes. All these types of situations, they really leave a sour taste in your mouth. And I understand when he's telling us, and again, don't argue with me, argue with Ruben, he's telling us, I don't even know really why you'd back me. That's scary to hear Man United manager say that. That's scary. So I can see why Tomo and Bradley and loads of other people online and different people who hold different views that are saying Ruben's not the guy. I can see why they're saying that. I want him to be the guy. I'm trying to hang on in there, but I can't see anything other happening next year than he's going to get given the P45 after X amount of games. Let's be real. Let's be real. That's the feeling. There's no point me lying about the feeling. That's how I feel. And let's move on to Garnacho. Listen, his post really quickly. Look, I see why he was pissed off in terms of he's been helping the team. Mason Mount's been out for, what, 2 years? Pretty much since he's come to the football club. He's got a little bit of form in the last few weeks. Obviously, he was really good in the semi-final when he came off the bench and changed the game. And Ruben has been speaking so loudly and publicly about how much he loves Mason Mount. So Garnacho is going to feel dissed. He is going to feel dissed. However, for those of the people that are just seeing it from that perspective, that, yeah, of course, this dumb manager didn't play him and he should have started this, that and the other, take a step back because both things could be true at once. This is a player who is young and has got a lot to learn, but at the same time, let's be real. This isn't his first mishap with comments he's been making at the wrong time. And at a time when these players have no idea how they've let down these fans. I've had to take 2 planes and 5 hours worth of driving to get here. To get here to watch this. And that's just a snapshot of what 15, 20,000 other Reds probably had to do. And the fact that he's taking it into his own hands is thinking about self-preservation. If that's how he feels, see you later. That's just him. I just think that just means he's going to be sold. He knows he's out. He knows there's talks. It is going to be what it is. So that's my thoughts on the Garnacho thing. Guys, hit a like, man. Let me know what you guys are feeling in the comments as well. I want to see what you lot are saying. I'm out of here, man. Peace.